so I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating.
Hi guys. Alright, I know it's not Thursday, but this issue came up and it's something that's really important to me. And first I was kind of nervous to bring it up, but I'm not starting this channel being afraid to talk about things. That's just not gonna happen. You guys know me better than that. So, the whole kerfuffle, or whatever people want to call it, the drama about J.K. Rowling and the new Harry Potter movie. My eldest daughter is queer, and I'm queer. This matters. This is important. I want to keep this short, so I'll just bring up a few points and put some articles in the description if you'd like to read more. So, J.K. Rowling always saw Dumbledore as gay. That's really awesome. I'm so glad she saw that, because it wasn't in the books. It wasn't in the books. It hasn't been mentioned in any of the movies, which people argue that as a teacher, you know, the guy in charge of the school in a teen romance, in a teen action movie, in a teen, you know, any kind of movie like that, is the teacher's romance really going to be all that important? Well, no, probably not. Although you naturally will see straight couples just kind of happening no matter what kind of movie it is. But all right, we don't need to see the teacher's romance. This movie is about Dumbledore much younger. So we're not talking about Dumbledore the professor. We're not talking about Dumbledore as a 100-year-old man. We're talking about Dumbledore in his, what, 30s? And then we're talking about Dumbledore in his teens, when he actually had this pivotal relationship, which was with another boy. And at this age, it's not going to be any different than showing Harry and Hermione. And I'm actually saying Harry and Hermione for a reason, because people are like, oh, well, you don't want to show anything too explicit, you know, this is a kid's movie. I seem to recall a part in the last movie where it's the last movie, I'm pretty sure. It could have been the second to last movie, but the two parts. Where Harry and Hermione appear to be naked, making out in a dream sequence that Ron had. I don't know. I mean, we wouldn't want kids to see anything that would freak them out. That would, yeah. Okay, that whole point is ridiculous, and I'm not even going to waste my time with it. This movie will show Dumbledore and Grindelwald as teens, when their relationship would have happened, when their relationship was the reason for a lot of the things that Dumbledore chose to do, chose not to do, the reason why things went so far. This isn't a beautiful romance, it's a tragic love story, which is essential to the plot. According to the author, according to what she's been saying for the past 11 years, she brought this into the open, and she made it part of the story. This isn't fan fiction. This isn't something kids were thinking would be kind of cool. This is something kids were going on because she has said that not only in one interview, in several. So it's natural for us to now be expecting that part of the story to come out. Imagine if all we had to go on with Snape was her saying in an interview, oh yeah, Snape was really in love with Lily, and you know, he was willing to give his life for her. Well, then that always wouldn't mean very much. We wouldn't have seen any of this love. We wouldn't have seen that devotion. It would just be something that we got in a comment on an interview. And that's not what happened. That made that part of the story that much more integral, that much more meaningful. And I don't think asking for the same thing here it shouldn't be that difficult. Now, Twitter is tons and tons of fun. And an author who has such young readers responding to their concern the way she has just blows my mind. She is well aware of what young children who are coming out in the world, what they deal with, the comments that they might get, even from adults, the cruel ones. And I am seeing exactly that because of her responses. And that's horrifying. I'm not expecting her to change the story she wants to tell. I'm not expecting her to answer for what her director said. Though, you know, some kind of explanation for why he would say that would be nice. Some kind of reassurance to her fans would be even better. Something like, you know what, don't worry, I hear you, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised. You know, you're going to get the story that you're waiting for. Something that simple, and you wouldn't have this reaction. Instead, you're getting the reaction where there's people defending her, who are perfectly fine, not ever seeing anybody gay anywhere. And then you have the concerned fans who are getting muted, who are getting attacked, you know, by other fans. And she started this. She started this whole conversation, and she can't decide that she doesn't want to be part of it now. I mean, clearly she can decide that, but it's wrong. It's wrong, and it's not fair, and I hate seeing these young queer people having to deal with this on top of what they already deal with every day. And I wish she would realize that she's leaving them to deal with this alone. I know we haven't read the script, and I know that there are 5 movies coming, and wait and see. The reaction that we've gotten right now makes it very hard to trust in the whole wait and see thing. So I don't know. I'm with the people speaking out, obviously. I'm with the people that are going to defend the queer kids that are confused and hurt and concerned. I am perfectly fine with, I'm going to mention this now just in case, because I'm sure some people are already commenting. Comment and say whatever you need to. If you disagree, that's fine. You have every right to, obviously. But consider who will be reading your comments. Consider the impact that might have on them. If you're saying, you know, why does everything have to be gay? Why do we have to see gay stuff everywhere? Well, nobody was making fan fiction about Dumbledore being gay. Nobody was, you know, until it was mentioned by the author, this wasn't a thought. It wasn't in the books. So consider that. Consider who's going to be reading your comments and what impact this is already having on them. You can love something and still find it problematic. There are many things that I love, and I end up finding out that the actor is a horrible person, the singer is cruel and an abuser, or there are many things that we like that we end up finding out there's issues with them, and that's fine. The point is to make sure that we're having that conversation and acknowledging when things are problematic. It's 2018, and a lot of the themes that I've heard about, whether it's Me Too, whether it's trans rights, whether it's racism, whether it's Islamophobia, all the things that we've been hearing about, the main thing is it might not be an issue that you're dealing with, but listen. And the same thing goes here. If it's not something you're concerned about, that's fine, but listen. I understand that with millions and millions of people following her and tweeting at her, that J.K. Rowling may be overwhelmed, but she's an author of books aimed at teenagers, aimed at young people, and she brought up the whole issue. she stepped into the whole world of the LGBTQ plus community, and that comes with certain responsibilities, and people were trusting her, and that trust is very, very fragile. And it's up to her now to decide whether she's an ally just on paper, just in interviews that make her look good, or if she's really an ally and is going to take the steps necessary to prove it. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like this video. I care about a lot of things, and obviously this is very personal to me, so I hope you understand me having to speak about it. Let me think. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, and this time for real, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.
I'm creating. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable.